Welcome to Mission 2, Lesson 6. Our goal today is to be able to use area models to multiply. This is a continuation of what we were doing in Lesson 5, and then we will continue on in Lesson 7 and multiply bigger numbers using area models. We will know we have been successful today if we are able to complete Mission 2, Lesson 6 on Zearn.org. In Lesson 5, we worked with multiplying numbers using area models, and we did it slightly different than you've done in the past. We were using a model where we put the top number as a whole number up here, and then we broke apart the number on the side. Today we're going to go back to using area models where we're breaking down both sets of numbers. So let's start with our first problem. When we're working with area models, what generally comes to mind for me, the floor plan of a room, which would be the area of the room. You're talking about the width times the length. And so by breaking this down, I imagine having to buy carpet for this area, and I would need to know the amount of space so that I could buy the correct amount of carpet without buying too much. So I'm breaking this down into the different place values, and generally when we are solving using a standard algorithm or in the traditional way, we use the highest number or the largest number up on the top, and so that's what I'm going to be doing here. So I have my 9 in my ones place and then 80 in the other place, because 80 plus 9 would make 89. Then I'm going to have two spaces because I have two digits here going down as well. So I have 3 and 20. As we've talked about in the past, it really doesn't matter which number we put up here at the top and which one goes on the side, because when we're multiplying, regardless of which one comes first, it's going to come out to be the same answer. So now I'm going to use the multiplication that we learned earlier in the mission with multiples of 10 to solve these. So 3 times 8 is 24. There's a 0, so I'm going to put a 0 at the end. 3 times 9 is 27. 20 times 80. 2 times 8 is 16. There's 2 zeros in the problem. 2 zeros added to the end there. 20 times 9. 2 times 9 is 18. There's 1 0 in the problem. And so now what I need to do is I need to add these together. So if I'm looking at this, it doesn't matter if I add going across or if I add going down. I can do it either way. Because we're multiplying this 3 from the 23 times 89, I'm going to choose to go across. And the reason I'm doing this is because in a moment we're going to solve this problem using our traditional method, the standard algorithm, and that's what we would be doing there. So 240 plus 27 is 267, and 1600 plus 180 would be 1,780. And then if I add those together, I would come up with my answer. But now I want to be able to solve it using the standard algorithm or the traditional method and show how we would come up with the same answer. This is just another way to solve using multiplication. 89 times 23. 3 times 9 is 27. My 2 comes over to the tens place. 3 times 8 is 24, plus 2 more is 26. And if I look here, 3 times 89 is 267. 3 times 89 came out to 267. Now I'm going to multiply by the 20 here. This 2 is not really a 2 because it's in the tens place. It really is 20. But we know that there's going to be 1 0 at the end of our answer for this because there's 1 0 in the problem. So I'm going to go ahead and put that here. and then I can multiply like it was 2. 2 times 9 is 18. I've already used this 2. I want to mark it out. 2 times 8 is 16, plus 1 more is 17. And if I look, 20 times 89 comes out to be 1,780. And that's also what we came up with here. And so now they just have to be added together. So my answer is 2,047. Let's check this and see if we came up with the same thing. And we came up with the same answer. Let's try one together. 137 times 52. Typically, when we're multiplying vertically using our standard algorithm, we put the larger number on top. And so that's what I'm going to do with my area model as well. Because I'm putting this on top, I know I'm going to need to show 3 place values. And because this one is going on the side, I know there needs to be 2 place values. Now you go ahead and fill in what would be represented for each box. Press pause and then continue on when you're ready. Okay, hopefully yours looks like mine is. We're just breaking it down into the different place values. There's a 7 in the ones place, the 3 represents 30, and the 1 represents 100. There's a 2 in the ones place, and the 5 represents 50. So now I'm going to multiply each of these and put my answers in the box. You do the same, and we'll come back together to check them when we're done. Add them together, and then let's come back and check. Okay, now that we've added them together, we found that 2 times 137 is 274. And 50 times 137 is 6,850. Now let's try using the standard algorithm. 137 times 52. Work the problem and then come back after you're done. So let's see how you did. 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 more is 7. 2 times 1 is 2. This 5 represents 50, and I know I can put the 0 from the 50 down here. 5 times 7 is 35. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 3 more, 16, 17, 18. And if we look, we came up with the same answers. Now what we have to do is add them together. And so our answer comes to 7,124. Let's try another one. Our problem is 476 times 84. Draw your area model and multiply the different place values, and then come back when you are done. Now add them together. Now let's try solving it using the standard algorithm. Pause, and when you've got your answer, come back and let's check together. Now let's use the standard algorithm to solve this problem. When you've completed, come back and check your answer. And our answer is 39,984. Let's try one more together. On this one, I want you to solve it with the area model and then also solve it with your standard algorithm. And then I want you to come back to check. So you're going to do all of it before you come back and we see how you did. Your problem is 612 times 42. I hope this helps.